So it's the start of day 10 of the Zombie Hunter build, and we have a surprise. Looky, looky. What's this? Oh, Enfamil. Very good. What a caring friend. He decided to take time out of his busy schedule to
Stop.
so this is Will. I brought him as the added muscle. As you can see, he went to the gym this morning and he's all pumped up.
Stop.
So I'm gonna use him to you know, take apart my car because he's got the brute force. He's got a brute force of a billion Chinese men streaming through those, coursing through those veins. So he's also a little camera shy, but that's okay because I'm not. That shirt can be destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't be around any welding because that shirt's made out of nylon or something, and
yeah.
you will go up. Unless you want a hoodie, I can bring you a cotton hoodie. Okay, so now we will begin with more removal of body panels and whatnot. Now I have Will here, so that's going to make the task a lot quicker. You can do some sanding.
Or longer.
Could be longer, but that's why I'm going to give you the simple tasks of what the hell is this? How'd that happen? So I'm going to give you the simple task of just scrubbing out surface rust. So what are the other pitfalls of working on a classic car? Is I was feeling a sharp pain in my hip, and that's what that pain was. Part of one of the bristles from a steel brush. So you can get poked. Will is gonna get all chewed up. His hands are gonna get dirty, and he's. Don't be shy, man. Don't be shy. You know, I only have like 5 YouTube subscribers, so it's not a big deal. So I got AJ from the Backstreet Boys here to help out. AJ, but you actually know who you look like right now? You look like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. So I got Scorpion / AJ from the Backstreet Boys here to.
I'll take the Scorpion thing, not the.
Grinding off all the surface rust right now, and then in the meantime, I'm gonna start making the patch panels for that area. So I'm gonna cut the patch panels, and then he's gonna prep that area right now by sanding it down, and then we'll hit it with the fast etch, and that should be done. Hopefully, now that I have 2 people here, within a couple hours. So I'm gonna sit back, enjoy my coffee, and watch my my assistant for a little bit. Alright, so here's the problem with buying a truck on eBay sight unseen. This I kind of expected because you know, the rocker's always gonna get messed up here, and even the undercoating, it started rusting from the other side and leaking in, and then the undercoating started coming off. You can see how thick the undercoating is, but still wasn't enough to stop the rust. But here's the problem. Whoever did some work on this truck before, the floorboards rotted out on the driver's side. Probably the passenger side too. I have to go take a look. You know, I still haven't really crawled underneath this thing, but they just welded in some plain sheet metal, and they didn't even prepare it or anything. So it just got surface rust. You know, it's not even prepped. You know, the least they could have done was coat it with undercoating, or even just spray paint it with you know, something. But nope, they just left bare steel underneath a truck in the Midwest. So half-assed job, and I have to deal with it now. And so my floorboards are kind of messed up, but what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grind this down and then seal it. I'll either spray undercoating on it, or I'll paint it with a rust killer and then spray undercoating on it, and then hopefully that'll be enough to prevent it from, you know, any further damage. So I feel a little bit like a one of those guys who goes to the mobile homes or wherever to clean up the septic tanks, because I'm sucking all kinds of shit out of this this car. up the vacuum afterwards, just so I can show you just how much material is coming out of this rocker panel. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up and we're gonna see just how much material. Well, some of this stuff was already in here, but there was I wonder if that glass is from here. But anyways, just all these chunks of rust everywhere. Look at all this. Rust, rust, rust. Pieces of undercoating. More rust. I really should have cleaned this out before, just so you can get a good example of what's in there. But, you know, just all this debris. The glass, I'm not so sure about. I don't think that was from there. But you never know. The truck was broken into, so, you know, I ended up getting a bunch of glass, too, in the car. But, yeah, so that's all the material that was coming out of this thing. And so, hopefully now it's loosened up enough. Oh, see, there's even still more coming up. Hopefully it's loosened up enough, and I'll be able to spray in, you know, rust preventative and some wax in there.
There's one there, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, so we're heading to Napa right now. I'm running low on Fast Etch, and I don't know.
I'm going one way.
If they even carry it here, but maybe they'll carry something similar. So I'm looking for a similar product. So Napa does not carry a product that contains phosphoric acid, like Fast Etch, but it does carry a similar product, I'm assuming, you know, destroys rust treatment. The thing is, I looked on the ingredients, and there's no acid listed. There's an organic acid listed low on the list of ingredients, which means that it's, I don't know, we'll see. I hope it works. I just checked really quick when I was in the store online to see some reviews, or, you know, what people had to say about it. I went to some Corvette message board, and the guy liked it, apparently. So I'm gonna use that. And then I got this rubberized undercoating, and I'm gonna use that to cover up the, you know, underneath the truck. I have the internal frame coating too, but I don't know how the two will mix, because I know the internal frame coating is like a wax. So I'm just gonna probably etch it and prime it, and then put the rubberized coating on it. So hopefully it'll work, and it'll prevent the rust from forming underneath there. All right, so Will left, and I'm on my own again. And after exposing all the rust and cutting out all the bad metal on the driver's side floorboard, I thought maybe I should probably see what the hell's going on the passenger side, and it's not pretty. So I've been clearing out the rust of the Fred Flintstone car, and I've been using this, and I feel more like a miner than a auto body guy, because there's just literally so much rust. Look at this. There's no floor. So I'm gonna have to weld in a bunch of stuff and clean this all up, and then I'll put in the sheet metal there. But on top of the sheet metal, I'm gonna just keep layering. I think I'll do a layer of sheet metal, then a layer of fiberglass, and then after that, a series of layers of undercoating and stuff like that. And hopefully that'll be strong enough. So you can see how the Herculiner they put in, they didn't prep the metal correctly, and so it was just, look at it, just peels right off. You know, like, what you have to do is you have to scuff the metal up. You know, you scuff it and you prime it so that you don't end up getting rust, you know, inside it, and then you coat it with the Herculiner. But incorrect application of the product, and this is what you get. I'm gonna have to take the brush to this, the wire wheel, grind this all down. I have to probably fabricate, you know, this again, so I can actually seat this properly. And weld in all new metal here. Weld in all new metal here. Got a take this apart and see what's going on here, because I'm getting some kind of leaking. You know, you can see it's wet. So anytime it pours, rain gets in and it's coming from somewhere, and then it ends up collecting here. Then it finds the lowest spot, which is where this is, and then that's what you end up getting. So that's scary. I need to clean this all up and then just weld in all new metal to make sure that it's you know, sturdy. So I was considering putting a body lift on the truck. Nothing too extreme, maybe like a 2-inch or 3-inch body lift. 2 inches of body lift would give me enough space to run 35-inch tires, no problem. But unfortunately, that's the body mount, and you can see the shape it's in. So if I decided to separate that to put the spacer in between there for the body lift, there's no way I would be able to without just completely destroying it. It'd probably just dissolve in my hands. So I'm not even going to bother. You know, it looks like the spacer or the mount is actually, the body is actually fused to the mount, and and that's fused to the frame. So there's no way. The rust is like sealing it together, and I don't want to have to cut the whole thing off and then obviously make a new mount. But one nice thing about these trucks is they are front and rear coil spring suspensions. And so what I could do is put a suspension lift on it. Now if I put a suspension lift on it, one way I could do that, just to put a mild lift of, you know, I think can go up to 40 millimeters without doing anything different, is put little spacers inside there, you know, separating the spring from here. So I could put spring spacers, but I'm kind of against that just because this truck is a short wheelbase, and you know, any kind of suspension lift you put on it is going to take a toll on the drive line just because of the angles and the geometry is going to be off. And then next thing you know, I'll be, you know, should be shaking and all kinds of things. I mean, it's not that it doesn't shake already, so, but you know, I'd rather keep everything, you know, happy. So the rust under here is pretty intense. It's kind of hard to get to all of it. So here I managed to get most of it, but you can see I kind of like melted the undercoating, so I got to work on that still. But then like in these little crevices, you know, I can't, I've been using this brush and I can't reach it. And also over here, I got some lines over here and then this surface. So it really pisses me off that I have to do this, you know, it's like a waste of time. So I'm gonna use this flap disc now and use that to kind of sand, but even then I can't get into all these spaces, as you can see. So, you know, the best I can do now is get in there with the brush, loosen it up, you know, try to loosen it up, and then you know, just hit it with chemicals to try to stop it, and then coat it, and then pray it doesn't come back, you know, or at least I encapsulate it so that it just stays in that, you know, in that form. So that's the best I can do right now. You know, this guy, whoever put this in, really screwed me over. But we'll see. You know, that's part of the game, and that'll be it for tonight. You know, do that and then just coat it, and then right now the Hawks are winning. So I'm trying to watch the play-by-play on my phone while I'm doing this. You know, so priorities. The truck comes first. You know. So that's that. I'm gonna start off tomorrow. My friend Eddie, who's a mechanic, he's gonna come over in the morning and help me out, and he'll do some welding probably, and I'll probably cut up some patch panels, and we'll start putting it all together. You know, this wasted my time. You know, like I spent all day working on this stuff, and you know, it was unnecessary. Had the person done it correctly the first time around, then we wouldn't have this issue, and I just do the exterior stuff. But now I have to work on the floor pans. So that's that. Today is day 10, and we'll see you on day 11.